Hi everyone, this is Esther Tracy. I am a freelance writer, chocolate sommelier, and the founder of 37 Chocolates. And today I'm excited to review something a little unusual, which is a coffee and chocolate pairing based on this product that I'm going to unbox now. So, let me tell you a little bit about this pairing. So when I was in San Francisco in March, I went to Blue Bottle Coffee, which is one of the, I guess, pioneer of the specialty coffee movement in San Francisco. The company was founded in 2002. And a couple of years ago was bought by Blue Bottle Coffee. The majority share was bought by Nestle. And before you get maybe a little judgmental, the fact is their coffee is absolutely delicious. Their latte, I can still think about it, super foamy. And I'm more of a cappuccino person. Their latte was fantastic, super foamy, super balanced flavors and everything. The vibe in their shops is super positive, and the staff is super welcoming. And when I came back, San Francisco was essentially the last time I experienced life as normal, as pre-COVID. And so I'm really tied to everything I experienced in San Francisco. And when I came back home, I actually ordered this coffee magazine called Drift. It's a gorgeous publication, and they feature in every issue, they feature a specific city, and they look at that city through the angle of coffee. So this particular issue, that's actually a back issue. The current issue is about Bali. This is San Francisco. And it was really cool because I was actually on this road on the Uber with my friend Denise Castronovo. I'm very nostalgic about it. And there was here, as I was reading this awesome magazine, here I am reading about James Freeman, who is the founder of Blue Bottle Coffee. And one thing led to another. I found myself on their website, and wouldn't you know, they were selling a coffee and chocolate pairing, and which I'm going to unbox right now. I mean, I've opened it, and my coffee is actually brewed. So, all right. And I was very excited. And so the coffee is obviously from Blue Bottle, and the chocolate is from Dandelion Chocolate, which is another I shouldn't say it's another. Dandelion Chocolate is a very prominent figure of the chocolate scene in San Francisco, but not just San Francisco. I find like that they are some of the largest craft chocolate makers. We visited them when we were in San Francisco, and I love everything that they do. They are also the four of them. I recommend this book, Making Chocolate, by four of the folks at Dandelion Chocolate. If you ever want to make chocolate as a hobbyist, this is absolutely a wonderful place to look at. It's one of my top 3 books for people who really want to learn more about chocolate. All right, so first I actually wanted to I put everything back in here because I really wanted you to experience the unboxing with me. So I was surprised at how tiny the box came, and I figure being being in a position to have the resources from Nestle, I was very curious to see how they were actually managing a lot of the unboxing and the marketing and everything, and I paid attention to so many of the details here. So you see everything. I mean, I didn't put it it looked a lot neater when I ordered it, but first thing you see is actually this little pouch here, and I'm amazed how they managed to fit coffee and chocolate in a box so small, but they did it, and it was wonderful. So what you got, it's Blue Bottle Coffee, the Bella Donovan blend, and I appreciate the freshness so much. I mean, today with May 1st, I got this about a week ago, and I mean roasted April 20th, and what you get is like 6 ounces of that Bella Donovan blend, 6 ounces, which is about 170 grams. So you have that. I love that this is a small bag. I love trying. I get bored with the same taste very easily. So I'd rather take 2 times 6 ounce than one of 12 of the same, if that makes sense. So what you got inside, that the chocolate that they paired it with is the Tumaco chocolate, 70%. More on that in just a bit. Tumaco is actually, so Tumaco in Colombia, what's really cool is I was in Colombia with Uncommon Cacao through the broker through which they actually are getting those beans, and we did meet two of the Tumaco farmers. Tumaco isn't a super safe place in the country, but we managed to meet 2 of the Tumaco farmers somewhere in Popayan, different city. And I actually managed to use whatever Spanish I knew to have breakfast with this one farmer, and we were showing pictures of I was showing them pictures of the trees blooming in Pennsylvania. I wanted them to see what like the nature would be somewhere else, and they were showing me pictures. He was showing me pictures of, I think it was his niece drying this like super plump vanilla beans in the farm, and it was one of my favorite memories. So I was thrilled to find this. And what you get also is these 2 cards, and this one here where they explain blue butter coffee, multiply X or whatever, Dandelion chocolate, and they explain what this is. I see Emil is saying nice pairing coffee and chocolate. Yes, but we're gonna get onto that. It's not always easy actually to pair both together. All right, and so what they say here, the introduction, based in San Francisco, Dandelion chocolate thinks about cacao the way we do coffee, as the seed of a tropical fruit capable of revealing a stunning spectrum of flavors. So from the beginning, they managed to tell you about the similarities between that other company of them to make like it's just like this just start making sense for us, like why this is a natural pairing. About the chocolate, the single origin chocolate bar is made with just 2 ingredients, cacao beans and sugar. The beans from Tumaco in southern Colombia have a naturally creamy, almost malted quality. Please, sweetie? Okay, I have my assistant wants to be around, but not to. No, you cannot be on video, sweetie. All right, so the coffee. Bella Donovan is the wool sweater of our coffee blends. Comforting, cozy, and enveloping. And this description didn't just come out from thin air. Notice how they do not tell you where the coffee is coming from in the first place. What they're doing is that they're telling you how to relate to this coffee using words that you in the United States, like using references that you might be familiar with. So the wool sweater, especially in San Francisco, like unless you live in Arizona, we all have the wool sweater or like that cozy thing that you bundle up with. And it's only then when they created that connection with you that the rest is coming. It balances a jammy natural from Ethiopia with substantive coffees from Sumatra and Peru. And I'll tell you, I read this card a few times and all I could think about was that sweater. And then, yes, I understood what they were trying to do, like matching like jamminess with something with like a full body. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But like they got me a wool sweater. And the reason I comment on that is because I find that like some of the work that I do on occasion is, so as I said, I'm a freelance writer and I actually really do enjoy writing product descriptions when I have a chance. I wrote an entire distribution catalog using very similar phrases and introductions for Kozak in Paris. So it was about 200 descriptions, and I find that in the chocolate world, I would like to see more of this. And again, like when you have Nestle Resources coming up with this, I mean, like these people know what they're doing, and there's a reason they tell you about the sweater before they talk about the actual coffee. And I don't think this is demeaning it's not belittling the work of the coffee farmers. This is a way to bridge the farmer to the person drinking it who may not know what it's like to be on a coffee farm. So I love this so darn much. And I hope that there are people from the chocolate industry watching this, because this is, I mean, there's just so many things that Blue Bottle is doing right here, in my opinion. So the pairing, up there with Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie's iconic Bird and Diz album for great duets, the creaminess of the chocolate plays up the fruit in the coffee to a virtuosic effect. I tell you, I am sold. I haven't tried the pairing, but like they got me so ramped up, telling me about jazz and the duet and they're dancing, like, and they're playing together. I mean, this is how you do it right. And I cannot tell you how much I would like to see this for chocolate. So here you see like the Bella Donovan coffee card. They're telling you the same thing. Ethiopia, Sumatra. It's best prepared as a pour over French press or in a machine and takes cream quite well. Which that's another thing. Not all like specialty coffees really can take up to milk or cream because they're so lightly roasted. And again, like digression, it's like a well-worn wool sweater, or positioning one's chili fit next to a radiator, warm, comforting, and familiar coffee to curl up with. And deliciousness, the red berries, milk chocolate, and caramel are the tasting notes. So I use a French press to prepare my coffee. I think that's one. My kid is saying it's yummy. She actually, she does grind. So my 6-year-old does grind the coffee beans for me. It's really fun, she says. And yes, and I used to have a coffee version, and all I have left is chocolate. So it's very subversive right now. So it's inside. I don't know if you can see. All right. So Bella Donovan is in there, cooling down. I never like drinking the coffee too hot because you don't really taste what's happening in there. All right, and now Dandelion chocolate. So let me tell you about the description. So I actually had a friend gave me a Dandelion bar as a thank you because I did her a favor. And she said, I found this wasn't a coffee person, but it was one of my editors for one of the magazines I write for. And she said, oh, it had a lot of words. I bought this for you. And I was laughing because this is a writer. I mean, she's my editor and she does reading and writing for a living. And she didn't bother reading any of this. She says there was lots of words, and that was her comment. So this says, first paragraph, we sort, roast, crack, winnow, grind, conch, and temper small batches of beans. By now, I am exhausted. I'm ready to pass out at the description. This is something I feel so strongly about. I really do not like leading with technicalities. Lead me with a sweater, not with like how hard you work, because you know what? I work hard. I have 2 kids.
Yeah, I'm right here.
No, she's right here. Yes. So does Mama work hard?
Yeah.
Okay. See, she said that. So then we mold and wrap each of the bars by hand, and by sourcing high quality cacao and carefully crafting small batches of chocolate, we strive to bring out the individual nuances of each bean. Good deal. Now, what does it taste like? These beans come from Tumaco, where Cacao de Colombia and regional producer cooperate to preserve local cacao. Most of you, please, no, my kid is trying to blow up balloons, and I'm like, no. So most of you would not know what Cacao de Colombia is. They're mentioning it here. But again, that's one of the things you have to be careful, like not giving too much. S'il te plaît, mon poussin. All right. So Cacao de Colombia is a wonderful company that works with cacao producers to create a specialty market for them in Colombia. So Kaija developed a bar profile to highlight the unusual creaminess of these beans. We taste notes of wildflower honey, malted hot cocoa, and whipped cream. So I had to read through, like, so this is the size of the thing. I had to come to here to see what it was tasting like. To me personally, I want to know what it tastes like before I know about the story. I mean, Dandelion, I trust, their sourcing practices. I'm not really concerned about that. But again, do you see the difference between Blue Bottle and this? And I'm like, Blue Bottle, I really think they are like knocking it out of the ballpark. So ingredients, I love that this is batch 1. I don't know if you can see. Again, cocoa beans, cane sugar, which that means that I'm expecting, unless the cocoa beans have enough cocoa butter naturally, this might have a drier melt, so we might taste it might take a while to melt. The thing here that I love is I love the wrappers of Dandelion. And if you go to their shop, so they are in they have a shop in the Mission District, but we went, I think it was on, I want to say on Valencia Street, and my gosh, the space they have created in San Francisco is incredible. And the staff is extremely friendly. I mean, the hospitality is like top notch. The food, they have a cafe, and like when you eat the food, watch out, sweetie. Oh my gosh, please no. So all my props are falling apart here, and you can see my unicorn, my kid's unicorn on the back, my chipped nail polish, and no, this is why this is no, you don't get to do videos. Okay, she's out of here anyhow. So, Emel says, I agree, taste description first. I'm like, yes, that's what you're buying, right? So, yes, what I was saying, Dandelion, their space, if you go to San Francisco when the world reopens, my gosh, try to go there. The food, the chocolate, everything is just phenomenal. And the service is wonderful. So, I love the nice wrapping that they have. I'm going to try... Let me try the coffee first, I guess. I don't know. What should I do? I'm going to try... Well, I'll try all kinds of things. So the coffee is cooling down. So, what can I say? So it does have the nice full body. And you, like, if you aerate a little bit in your mouth and you try, like, to do the wine thing, like, we go like that, you start tasting some fruitiness. I can see what they make the sweater, the wool sweater comparison. And it has that familiarity of like a darker roast a little bit. And I think that's what they mean with the Sumatra. But also that interesting fruitiness, and it's not bitter. It's almost like the best of a traditional roast that you may have drank when you were younger, before specialty coffee was a thing, but with that twist. And it's really lovely. I mean, this is a good weekend coffee. My friend Claire is saying the first bean to bar that she bought was, okay, my kid came for the chocolate, was Dandelion, and I love their packaging as well. I agree. And I love the experience of the foil. So
I'm gonna tell you how this tastes.
So you smell it. So my 6-year-old, so she's not allowed on camera. But she knows how to taste chocolate. So you smell it first, and then you look at it also.
I see it has squiggles in the front.
It has squiggles in the front. Let me show you.
Okay.
I love their, I really like their mold a lot. This makes for, with thickness, makes for a very good tasting experience.
It tastes very sweet.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say very sweet, but you do feel the fruit. There is a fruitiness here.
Yeah, I can taste it. Really good.
There is a fruitiness. Wow. So I've had pretty like 80% of Tumaco. That's the first time I'm having 70%. I'm used to 85% Tumaco, which is like really heady, like very, yeah, it tastes like almost like cocoa. Like, you know, when you think about like hot cocoa, like cocoa powder, like that very strong, intense chocolate flavor, that 70%. I actually like better personally, because you have that, you taste that traditional chocolate flavor, no bitterness, but there is a lightness to it. It is really creamy, creamier than I expected for a 2-ingredient bar.
Yeah, if you really melt it in your mouth, you will really get the flavor. It tastes really kind of sweet.
Yeah, well, I would tell you.
Dad, I'm right.
No, enfin, s'il te plaît, mon poussin. No, you don't get to do that. This is my job, sweetie.
Aw. Can I be a part of it now?
Not right now. Not right now. We'll talk later. What I like, oh, now we get it. So I have the chocolate in the mouth, and when I drink the coffee, you do not taste that, you know, dark coffee flavor that I was telling you about. S'il te plaît, poussin. And it does bring indeed the food forward. It's you get a completely different experience. What I think is great is that they both have similar bodies. No, merci.
After, can I do a little speech?
No, no. On verra. On verra. Let's stop this. People are watching for the parent.
Yeah.
So I really like both of them together. What you need now is a croissant, in my opinion. But
Croissants are life.
croissants are life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Now that was.
You want more?
Yes, please.
Did you like it?
Yes.
What did you like about it?
It's sweet.
Okay, it's sweet.
And I like melting on it.
This is a nice bar. I mean, I usually like the Madagascar, but there is something so comforting about this this chocolate right now. And that experience, it's 3 p.m. on Eastern time, and I don't know if this is a good idea to drink all this coffee right now, but it's really good. And the together, I think it works really, really well. So if you wanted to try this experience at home, all you have to do is go to bluebottlecoffee.com. The set retails for $18, and right now you get free shipping. So I think it's this will be a really nice Mother's Day gift. I think it will be a nice, quite affordable gift for yourself, like to make the quarantine time a little more enjoyable. And
How you can mail that to your mom?
to me, what I liked is that I had a coffee and chocolate pairing event that was planned with a local roaster, and we haven't had a chance because of COVID. We hadn't had a chance to actually work on the pairing. Une autre fois, s'il te plaît. Pas de balle. Merci, mon poussin.
It's a bouncy ball.
Yeah, and meanwhile, my kid is bouncing a ball. I mean, you really are. The struggle is real, as they say. Okay, tourne-toi, s'il te plaît. Okay, and anyhow, this is starting to be very helpful for me to see how I could. Do not. How I could proceed to. Actually experiment with coffee and chocolate, and I like the idea of trying to complement or look for that third taste when you mix the coffee and chocolate together, which is exactly what happened. I don't think I would have necessarily had the idea of pairing this coffee with this chocolate. Because I think because of that like fruitiness of the coffee, I may have tried to look for to kind of complement that with a chocolate with a similar profile, and this is kind of expanding my horizon. As I said, this is really delightful. So I had some comments from Emel Mother's Day gift. Absolutely, Claire is saying, "You're making me regret I don't drink coffee." It's never too late to start, and Brian is giving me a happy face, which is exactly the same as the little ball that my 6-year-old is playing with. So she thinks it's funny. What's so funny?
You're staring at me.
I'm staring at you. Okay, I'm trying. All right. So coffee plus that is not gonna be happy. So coffee plus choco, tea plus choco. I mean, yeah. But coffee and chocolate, I think, is harder because sometimes you're losing some of the notes from one or the other. Yeah. But these guys know what they're doing, and Dandelion, I have to say, this might be one of my favorite Tumaco bars. I'm not. That's personal. I mean, everything's personal with chocolates, but I mean, I don't want my chocolate to taste too much like cocoa powder, like this intense flavor. This as a 70%, I think, is a winner. It's very good too as a dark milk. Denise Castronovo from Castronovo Chocolate has one, and it's like it won like all kinds of amazing awards because it's really good. But as a dark, this is good. So there you have it for today. Coffee and chocolate from Blue Bottle. I'm gonna get another sip. I'm gonna tell you to tune in Tuesday, unless there is another storm that knocks down our power. But Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time here on Facebook, 37 Chocolates. And this time I actually got a little care package from a company called Primo Botanica. They sent me 3 bars. I'm going to try live. If you would like to order before, if you'd like to order from Primo Botanica to be part of the tasting, let me know and I can tell you which bars I will try. But I'm excited for next week, and I hope you had fun today, and I hope you try more coffee and chocolate, and have a wonderful weekend, and see you on Tuesday. Bye.